Yo, what's good, guys? This is Pulling Star for Hire here, and I'm gonna touch on a crazy subject right now. It's a real talk about me dropping out of school, and you guys might get a little deep at some points. Just to let you guys know, it's just a random gameplay. Took off. It's a spawn trap on demo, so I hope you guys watch the gameplay as well as listen. Nothing special, so the whole point of me putting this up is for you guys to listen. So you guys have been begging to see this, so here we go, guys. Just give you a little bit of background here. Actually, I want to start this off right away. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about myself. You guys know me as YouTube commentator, Mission Motion Respawn director. I Pwn Star for Hire. My family, my friends, my loved ones know me as Dustin. I'm a high school dropout, and it sounds like a motherfucking confession right now, man. Some alcoholic, anonymous fucking shit. AA meeting. Um, and It's gonna be really hard for me to talk about, guys, because this is my biggest mistake that I've ever made, and to talk about complete strangers about this shit, you know what I mean? It's not easy to talk about your flaws. It's not easy for anybody to talk about their mistakes, and this is the biggest one I've ever made. So I hope you guys are here with me. Yeah. So insert all your troll remarks down in the bottom. Get it out the fucking way, cause I'm a high school dropout. I'm currently unemployed, looking for a job. I'm engaged, which is a good one. I live at home with my mom, and I'm in a basement, guys. That's where I live, and I know mama's basement, right? It's people make fun of it all the time. Just make me feel better, right? And the only person to blame is me. When I look at myself, I think of myself as a good person, and then I step back and I think of myself as a failure too. And basically, to talk about it, let's give you a brief history. I dropped out of school when I was 17. I'm about 22 now, here in about a month. And single largest mistake that I've ever made in my life. It greatly impacted me, and at the time it sounded like the most reasonable escape, if you will. And it was just a pussy way out, guys. It was fucking real life suicide is the best way I can compare it to. I was living rough at the time. I've always lived in crazy environments, ghetto. I've seen kids killed, and it's not what you guys are used to typically dealing with. And it's never a good thing having to worry about that kind of stuff. So where I was living, my community was bad. The school I was going to was bad, and it was just rough growing up. At some point in between my junior year, I transferred, and they somehow lost my credits. I know it doesn't sound weird. How the fuck do they do that? I don't know. They told me it would take up to 6 months to recover my credits. So during my junior and senior year, what happened is I basically had to do algebra 1 3 years in a row, and all the other classes 3 years in a row. I never got past biology or algebra 1 or anything like that. I had to take it 3 years in a row, and at some point I said, "Fuck it, I'm tired of it." You know what I mean? Because they couldn't find my stuff, and I could have just sucked it out and did it, but I didn't. I was a coward. I weakened out, and there was another issue. It's just a factor of so many things coming together. Just made me so weak and so fragile and so upset at myself and at life, and it was a really depressed time for me. You know what I mean? I was oh my god, I had no outlet. My mom was dating this guy. He was a really bad guy. He treated me like a slave, basically. He made me do shit. He literally had video cameras up in the house too, like watching everything I do. He'd come home after work every day and spend a half hour watching the videos, make sure I didn't do anything wrong. And I was a teenager too. I wasn't some kid. It was just I used to get grounded from him all the time, dumb shit. If I turned the light on and didn't turn it off when I left the room, that was like a month or 3 months or something of grounding. If I opened the refrigerator and didn't pull anything out, grounded. And you know what I mean? It was just uncomfortable for me. My home life, school life. And because of the fact I was grounded, I wasn't able to get out there and meet girls. I wasn't able to, hang out with friends or do anything like that. I wasn't able to be, become a fucking butterfly. You know what I mean? I was just cocooned in my whole life, and it was miserable, guys. And just to be clear right off the bat, I don't regret my decision. I know I made a mistake. And but I also know that without that mistake, I wouldn't be the person I am now. And every decision you do crafts who you are. And I am proud of the person I am. I am not proud of the decisions I have made, but I'm proud of the person I am. I've done other good things, guys. I've never done drugs. I've never smoked in my life. I've only had a couple drinks. I've never been to a party. I've never done any of that stuff. I waited 19 years to find the girl that I love. I had plenty of opportunities, but I didn't take them because I wanted that one girl. And that girl, I'm proud to say that I asked to marry me November 15th of this year. Our 2-year anniversary was 2 days ago, and I am proud as hell to say that that's my one silver lining. That's my hope. That's my future. And now that we're on this, I want to give you guys a little history on me, if we can. I dropped out of school because I was weak. And the reason I live with this, I think it is every day that I'm a failure. My mom spent like $8 grand in my first 2 years of high school to put me in this really nice school. She gave me the opportunity. She gave me the fucking chance. She gave me a chance. You know how many kids would die for that? And I threw it away. I threw it away because that was the easy way to do it. I felt like a fucking noob tuber, man. I felt so horrible, just to cheap and just to tell you guys right now, you know what I mean? My only 2 goals in my whole life, I haven't wanted to be a firefighter. I haven't had any crazy aspirations. The 2 goals that I have lived with, was I've always wanted to, the only 2 goals I've had my whole entire life, no joke. I wanted to be a good father, and I wanted to be a good husband. The only 2 goals I want. When I die, I want to check those off, and I want to die knowing I did good on those 2. My only 2. I want to see Niagara Falls. I don't want to have sex with Jessica Alba. I want those 2. That's all I want. It's the simple things that I appreciate. And I grew up knowing struggle. You know what I mean? I grew up very little. I was my mama's boy. My mom raised me. My grandma. My dad wasn't really there at all. And that's my goal. And I feel like a failure. I let my mom down. She gave me the opportunity, and I threw it away. Let my grandmama down. And the one that kills me every day when I think about it. I think about the future, and I think I'm 22 years old right now. I could very well have a kid. I've got a brother I got 20 years on right now. And I look at him, I'm like, I could be a father right now. What would I do if I was a father? I mean, how am I going to provide for this kid? We'd make do. No matter what I do, I'd shank a motherfucker to make sure my kid's okay. And, I look back, and I think I'm just, I fucked up, guys. It was the easy way to do it. I hated waking up every fucking morning and going to school. And I think the reason I hated it the most is because I wasn't seeing any direct input on it. I wasn't seeing any, money out of it. I wasn't seeing anything that I was gaining, you know what I mean? It wasn't helping me right then. So I decided, fuck it. Maybe I'll do it later. But, now here I am right now. I'm unemployed. I'm trying. I ain't got a high school diploma. You know how many fucking times I just jump over my resume because I don't even have that? I'm fucked, guys. I'm just fucked. And it's really hard for me. And I got lucky I fell into this machinima thing. I get a couple bucks here and there, but that ain't stability. That ain't enough to survive off of. And you don't know what it's like waking up every day and letting one decision, this decision has crafted my life up to date. I'm going to give you something. Basically, school, if you skip out school, you can, you know what I mean? You can make do. You skip school, you just bail out of it, you can get by. But you go to school, you get to live.